Today we're going to look at an upcoming MMORPG called The Realms. It's still early in development, so there are a lot of unknowns, but thanks to this huge 7-minute trailer, we can get a good sense of what this game will be. Fortunately, the trailer not only includes gorgeous high-quality cinematics, but also, and most importantly, it shows a lot of actual gameplay. Unfortunately, the trailer has not yet been released in English, but I'll do my best to explain what's happening while we watch it based on what I know about the game so far. Let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments below. Now let's dive in. All right, now let's watch this trailer. And the best part about this trailer is that it is going to show us some really important stuff. It's going to show us combat. It's going to show us gameplay, questing. It's going to show us some abilities. And before it gets into the actual gameplay, it's going to show us this cinematic portion of the trailer here, where we can get a feel for the art direction and the general vibe of this MMO. But I'm curious to see what your guys' thoughts are on this game, so definitely leave comments down below, any kind of feedback about it at all. Already we can tell that the cinematic production is really high. It's really high quality animation here. It's got like a really trippy, like dreamy or nightmare-y kind of feeling to this scene. It's very surreal. You've got the walking animals, the little dudes holding the poles here, throwing paper into the air. We've got some humans. This girl removing her mask, and then it dissolves in midair. Okay. Just all very surreal. Here you've got the little boy walking on water, and it's a very like monochromatic world. Everything around him is white. Okay, he's emotional. And this looks like the exact same world, but now in full color. And this is this him? Older? Is that a different realm? Because we know this game is called The Realms. Okay, so now he's running through this town. NPC density looks fantastic for an MMO. Like there are a lot of NPCs running around. All right, we've got some kind of gameplay mechanic here where you have to draw something. Looks like. Nice. Okay, so I feel very seen here. This is exactly what it looks like when I need to draw something, especially with a mouse. Even without a mouse, I can't draw for crap. The world looks gorgeous. Look at the massive building in the top right there, being carried by a person or a beast or some kind of creature. Yeah, you've got crowd mechanics where you've got to shuffle through the crowd, and it's actually got an animation for that. That's pretty high level detail right there. We're interacting with maybe a quest giver and choosing our path forward here some way. We can interact with these poles, and that's going to let us climb on them. Run along the railing, leap onto the cart here. Okay, so we're selecting. The world slows down. I wonder how that mechanic's going to work in an MMO, because the entire world slowed down around you while you were doing that. How's that going to impact other players in an MMO? So now we're controlling this beast. We've casted some kind of ability on it, and it's caused it to move faster, it looks like. Okay, you can see down at the bottom there was an icon for like move speed. Now we're on a floating boat. I mean, this is all gameplay, keep in mind, right? So this is very elaborate. Okay, you're being chased by police. This realm's police force, basically. It's kind of like a police force, it sounds like. Trying to get away. Fleeing literally into the sky. Ripping the sky in half, and now you're in a new realm. So for an MMO, it looks like this is going to have a really elaborate story, like a really elaborate kind of questing experience. Okay, coming here, you've got chests floating in the air. It looks like you can probably choose between those. You're using a device to see into this other realm. There's a wolf person, dog person here. And we get to choose what to do. And we choose to turn them into a puppy and then run away. Just causing a little bit of chaos before we leave. Okay. Art direction looks fantastic, you know, really polished, really high quality. Clearly put a lot of work into it. So it looks like it'll be a gorgeous game. All right, so now we're switching over to the girl. Let's see her point of view here. We're seeing some mobility, some exploration. It looks like she can quite literally fly as long as she's got this sword around. And you can take control or become creatures, looks like, in this game. So you're gonna use the spider, okay, to create like spiderweb bridges, to sling across gaps, okay. So you're gonna be able to turn into creatures in this game, take control of them, become them, to navigate the world and its obstacles. Interesting. I do wonder, she was a bird there. What's the advantage of being a bird when you could already fly? Okay, now we've got combat. This is what we really wanted to see. Okay, she slowed time there with that ability. She was able to use ice abilities to freeze that lava ball. That's really interactive, actually. I love how flashy the magic looks. Looks good. Okay. Slow time again to get out of the AoE. So it's got dodge mechanics, slow time mechanics. She's able to use counter elements. So fire, she used ice to freeze it and dispatch it. Now there's a massive magical spell, another beautiful animation. So I love the animations throughout this video. Even this one here looks fantastic. That thing summoned a phoenix or became the phoenix, or I'm not sure what's happening here. Yeah, there's a phoenix and the kind of like fire god looking creature. Okay, so what do you guys think of that combat for an MMO? I mean, that combat looks really engaging for an MMO. That looks fantastic. I would definitely want to try that out. I am curious about the slow time mechanics in a group setting. I wonder how that's going to work. You've got 6 other people in the dungeon to raid with you and you're slowing time. Is it going to slow it for everyone? Or is that going to be limited to the RPG section of the game, like the single player? I'm very curious. Again, you know, just cool, trippy art direction. Looks good. And there it is, The Realms. So the developers haven't really said a whole lot about it, but they have released this massive 8-minute long trailer, right? That was a long trailer. We saw a lot of stuff. We saw cinematics, so we get a feel for the art direction and the world that it's taking place in. We saw combat so that we can see what combat is like. So often you get these trailers that come out showing their game and there's no combat. It's just a cinematic, or it's just somebody walking around the world, and you can't really tell much about the game until you've seen the combat. The combat is the most important thing in these types of games. If it's got good combat, the rest will come, right? If it's got good combat, then you get decent cinematics, everybody's gonna be happy. But if you have a beautiful game and the combat's not there, it's just a pretty face with no personality, and people are going to get bored fast. AAA fantasy games in an Eastern setting like this are really rare. You don't see these very often, so it's going to be really interesting to follow this one as it comes to the West and how they decide to move forward with it from here. But so far it's looking good. Let me know, guys. I'd love to see your guys' comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.